One of the very easy ways to be successful is by starting a very easy business. While you might doubt this, there are several ways through which this has been proven, especially with some of the really successful people in the world today. Starting stupid, easy businesses allows you the chance to do something without too much risk attached, and also the fact that you also don't have to inject so much into it. With such businesses, you're literally providing real-time solutions to real people, and what better way to make money than that? If you're still wondering why at all these businesses make sense, or why highly successful entrepreneurs look at the option, well then, hang in there as we'll get into all of that in this video. Stay tuned! If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel for more informative and amazing content like this. Now let's get back to what we have for you today. Most people believe that to make waves in their industry or careers, they need to think of that massive idea that no one has ever thought about. Their only main concern is that their idea is something really big, because they feel that only a big idea would get you as much success as you want. Well, without saying too much, that idea is flawed. Yeah, you'd surely need to come up with something really impressive and brilliant to have a chance, but what really matters is the execution. Without the right execution, your idea would only be a brilliant idea on paper, without anything to boast of coming out of it. You should know that a brilliant idea would only make you successful with the right execution. Any idea can only earn you as much as support or encouragement, or a meager sum, but when you plan it accordingly and do things rightly to make sure your goal is achieved and your idea comes into perfect fruition, only then will you be very successful. This is the reason why so many successful entrepreneurs usually look to building simple, easy ideas that many would even believe to be stupid and not worth it. These kinds of businesses literally come with minimal risk, and unlike your big, brilliant plan, you don't need too much to get it started. To elaborate on this, we'd take a quick example of Louis Von Ahn, the founder of CAPTCHA. You want to know what Louis did? Well, Louis figured at the time that there were a lot of scams going through on the internet, and then he decided to develop CAPTCHA, which was a way to allow websites to prevent automated programs or bots from perpetrating large-scale abuse or scams. This idea, even though as simple as it was, seemed to propel Louis to widespread fame. A couple of years later, Louis took his invention up a notch by developing another system known as reCAPTCHA, which was a form of CAPTCHA that helped to digitize books. This form was then sold to Google for a figure well above $10 million. To add to this, Louis is also the co-founder of yet another simple invention, which is the popular language education platform known as Duolingo. In 2020, Duolingo was valued at $1.5 billion, making it yet another simple invention that eventually made big success. Today, Louis Von Ahn has a net worth of around $700 million. And I guess you understand where we're headed. If you don't perhaps relate with this, then maybe you'd like the one of Wordle. This is one that just even happened just recently, and if you're quite conversant with the social media space, then you'd surely have heard about it. Wordle is a simple word game developed by a Welsh software engineer named Josh Wardle. What's interesting about the invention is that Wardle actually created this game for himself and his partner to play, but then he eventually made it public, and voila! Today, Josh Wardle is a millionaire. He then sold the game to the New York Times, who bought the game for an undisclosed seven-figure sum. When you create simple and easy businesses such as these examples, you absolutely take away any undesired pressure of being successful at all costs. Looking for Wardle, for example, he literally made the game for fun, but ended up making at least $1 million from it. For the game, he would have barely spent any real amount, and even to develop it, he wouldn't have had to put in too much. This is exactly why successful people choose to start these kinds of businesses, and a simple lowdown of the reasons are: Number 1. No need to inject huge amount of cash into it, and if it doesn't work, you're not affected strongly. Number 2. You absolutely do not need a huge infrastructure. Number 3. It helps you to provide real solutions to real problems for real people. And number 4, it gives you the flexibility to work even more and improve your product. Businesses are usually meant to follow a step-by-step path, and highly successful entrepreneurs decide to start up a simple business because it's low risk, and when it's successful, they can improve and even expand. Remember, success comes only with the right execution of your brilliant idea. With all that you know now, you shouldn't be worried about not having enough money to start a big business. Instead, you should be more concerned about building that simple business that will deliver you success. Don't forget to subscribe. Till next time, bye.